Hello everyone, welcome back to exercise 15.2 variable separation, and I'll be covering question number 9, 10, 11 and 12. If you want to know which book I'll be covering, I will be writing all of this description in the descriptions below. Now let's move on to number 9. So what I like to do in this case is I like to separate dx and dy. So this becomes dx equals to minus 1 plus y x dy, and now in the next step let's just simply separate the x's and y's. So here we have 1 plus x dx, and here to do that we will have to put this y over here and this x over here. So this becomes minus, this x goes over here, so this is by x, and this is minus 1 plus y by y dy. And once you have separated the x's and y's, we can simply integrate both sides. So this is the integration of, let's separate the numerator. So this becomes 1 by x plus x by x, which is just 1, dx is equals to minus, and same over here. And here the integration of, well, this is just the integration of this plus the integration of that. So the integration of 1 by x is ln x, integration of 1 is just x, and similarly over here it is the same thing, but we just have a minus. This one's minus ln y minus y, and don't forget the constant plus c. Or let's just put the negative to the left hand side, plus ln y plus x plus y is equals to c, and using the log property these two becomes the log natural of x into y plus x plus y is equals to c, which is our required solution. Now let's move on to question number 10. Now, like in the previous question, let's first of all separate, or let's put the dx and dy separately. So this becomes minus y x square plus y dy. And now here we can take x common from here and y common from there. So let's do that. And now let's simply separate the x's and y's. So here we have x dx, that means this y square plus 1 should go to the bottom, and similarly x square plus 1 should go to the bottom. So it becomes x dx by 1 plus x square equals to minus y 1 plus y square dy. And now let's simply integrate both sides. Now for this we will need a fact, or we kind of don't need that fact, but it's better for you to know. So the integration of a derivative of a function by that function is equals to the log natural of that function. Now our function is the denominator part, so which is 1 plus x square, so its derivative, which is, well, 2x, should be on the numerator. But here we only have x and we want 2x, so let's simply introduce the 2 right here. But to not change the integral, let's divide by 1 by 2. Now here it's the similar thing for this, for the y, but we don't have to show that, and in the next step we can directly write 1 by 2 log natural of the function, which is our 1 plus x square, and just like the x dx, we can write it for the y as well. And here we can choose our constant. Now since we have 1 by 2 as well as log natural on both sides, let's write our constant as 1 by 2 ln of c. Put this on the right hand side, so it becomes, well, first let's cancel all of the 2's. So it becomes ln 1 plus x square plus ln 1 plus y square equals to ln c. And now let's directly write the solution in the next step. This becomes the log natural of the product of these two terms, and here we will have log natural on both sides. So simply 1 plus x square into 1 plus y square will be equals to c, as log natural on both sides will cancel out. Now let's move on to question number 11. Now, in the previous questions we had something dx plus something dy equals to 0, and we could move the dy to the right hand side. But here we have dy by dx, and we cannot simply put this dx to the right hand side, as we have to multiply these out. So what we can do is first put this y minus 1 to the right hand side, so we get x dy by dx is equals to 1 minus y, and then in the next step we can put the dx over here, so this becomes x dy equals to 1 minus y dx. Now let's simply separate the x's and dy's, or sorry, y's. So here the x should go to the dx and 1 minus y should go to the dy. So this becomes dy 1 minus y is equals to dx by x. And remember to always keep dx and dy in the numerator, otherwise the integration will not work. Now, here we can also use this fact over here, because the derivative of 1 minus y is, well, just minus 1. And here we have, well, 1 into dy. So this becomes minus 1 dy, but do not change anything, we have to again take the negative. So this becomes minus the log natural of 1 minus y is equals to, this is simply the log natural of x, and our constant will be ln c to make things nicer. Now let's move the negative to the positive side, or to the right hand side. So it becomes ln x plus ln 1 minus y plus ln c is equals to 0. What I'll do here is put 1 and 1 over here. So in the next step it becomes ln x into 1 minus y equals to ln c. And if you're wondering how this becomes positive, you should check out my video on how constants work. And here in the next step it simply becomes x 1 minus y equals to c, which is our required solution. Now let's move on to the final question for the day, question number 12, which might seem a bit crazy at first, but it's kind of easy to tackle once you know. So for these kinds of questions, you should simply calm yourself down and then go for the basics. We will simply use the indices law. So this becomes e to the power x divided by e to the power y, and similarly this becomes x cubed by e to the power y. Now we can do algebra, and in the next step show that this becomes e to the power x plus x cubed by e to the power y. But here we will simply skip that step because it's simple, and here this part I'll just multiply and put it on the numerator alongside dy. So it becomes dy by dx equals to e to the power x plus x cubed. I hope we have no confusion in this step from this to this. You should be able to understand that. If not, this is e to the power x plus x cubed by e to the power y. And here let's just simply separate the dx, or x and y's. And here we have done that, so let's integrate both sides. And integration of e to the power y is e to the power y. Similarly, e to the power x is e to the power x. And for x cubed, we have to use the power rule. So it becomes x 3 plus 1, which is 4, divided by the power, which is 4, plus c. And in fact, that is our required solution. If you learned something new, please like and subscribe. Thank you.